Two masked men storm into a small tobacco shop and trap the owner inside by locking the door. One robber holds a knife and the other has a pistol. They don't just steal cash and items, they also hit the owner even though he doesn't fight back. The robber with the gun gets careless while grabbing products, even pointing the gun in a dangerous way while stuffing things into his shirt. Then the whole scene flips fast. Police arrive within minutes. An officer forces the door open and rushes in. Another officer closes distance, takes the gun away, and puts the armed robber down on the floor. The second robber realizes it's over and surrenders too. Both are cuffed right there, and the owner is not seriously injured. A smartphone store looks normal at first. Several employees are together just waiting for customers. A man walks in wearing a helmet, which is already suspicious. He pulls a gun and points it at the workers to start a robbery. Everyone freezes for a beat. Then the surprise is that one of the people inside is actually a police officer. The officer stays calm, draws his own weapon and fires quickly. The robber panics and tries to run, but he doesn't get far and goes down. The officer moves fast to keep everyone safe and stop the robber from causing more harm. The big thing here is timing. The officer doesn't shout or rush too early. He waits for the moment he can act and end it right away. No workers are injured, and the robber is caught on the spot. Just after midnight, a couple arrives home in a rideshare car. The street feels quiet, like nothing's happening. Then two motorcycles roll up fast. One robber pulls a gun and announces a robbery, while the other stays ready to help. A person nearby notices and runs away, trying not to get pulled in. What the robbers don't know is the woman in the couple is the police officer. She reacts quickly and gunshots follow. The robbers jump back onto their bikes and speed away. The driver, scared and confused, drives off to escape the danger. Later, one robber shows up at a hospital with a gunshot wound. Police link him to the robbery attempt and arrest him there. The second robber gets away for now, but the officer stays unharmed and the victims don't lose their belongings. In daylight, a man in a helmet walks up to a black car. He changes his pace, glances around, and tries the door like he's testing the moment. Then he pulls out a gun and announces the robbery, aiming at the driver and ordering him to get out. The driver stays calm because he's not a regular target, he's a police officer. The officer reacts quickly and fires through the window area as the threat is close. The robber is hit and collapses before he can take control. The officer exits the car, secures the robber's weapon, and holds the scene. The officer is not injured and no property is taken. When a robber surprise fails, their plan can collapse in seconds. A robber walks into a bakery wearing a closed helmet and holding a gun. People inside panic right away. A staff member stocking drinks runs behind the counter while a customer stays seated, frozen in shock. The robber grabs the customer's phone and starts controlling the space. But outside, police are already arriving. Officers rush in with weapons drawn and corner the suspect. A shot is fired during the takedown and the robber goes down wounded. Police remove the gun from reach and call for backup. The important part here is speed. The robber barely has time to settle into the robbery before the police are inside. The bakery is secured, the victims are protected, and the suspect has no real chance to escape. A woman moves her motorcycle near her home, and the street looks ordinary. Two men on a red motorcycle circle the area, checking for a chance. They disappear for a moment, then return at speed, jumping onto the sidewalk and stopping right beside her. The robbery starts instantly. The woman backs away and tries to stay safe while they prepare to steal the bike. Then a man dressed in black appears from the main road, an off-duty police officer who noticed the setup. He steps toward them, gives commands, and the suspects try to flee anyway. Gunfire breaks the morning silence. Neighbors scatter inside and the victim hides behind a parked car. One suspect goes down and is held there. The other escapes while injured. The officer reloads and keeps control until backup arrives. The woman is unharmed, and the quick action prevents the robbery from becoming a tragedy. Early in the morning, a motorcyclist stops in front of a bakery. Before he can fully relax, two other motorcycles rush in with multiple suspects. They surround him and start the robbery, but the victim is an off-duty police officer. The officer reacts quickly, forcing one suspect down while the others flee and leave their bikes behind. As the confusion clears, the officer realizes the weapon used was a replica, not a real firearm, which explains why the suspects acted boldly but didn't hold their ground. After the first moment, the police search the area. The fugitives are located and arrested, and another suspect who was injured is also detained after medical care. The robbery fails, and the group doesn't get the bike. A black car parks, and then a silver vehicle appears right after it. A man steps out carrying a gun and surprises the person still inside the parked car. Another criminal joins in, increasing the pressure. A passerby notices and runs away to avoid being caught in the middle. The victim steps out with hands raised. It looks like a regular street robbery with multiple suspects coordinating. Then, the criminals decide to leave quickly and jump back into their vehicle. A woman who had stepped away calls the police right away and gives the details. Within minutes, officers intercept the suspects while they try to escape. All four are arrested, and the victim's belongings are recovered. What makes this one feel different is that the police didn't arrive only at the scene. They catch the criminals during the escape, which is often the hardest part. A family sits in a gray car parked on a residential street. The scene looks ordinary, like they're about to get out and go inside. Then two vehicles stop nearby and two men approach. One is armed. The intention is clear. They want to rob the family. But inside the car is a corrections officer watching carefully. He had noticed something suspicious and even closed the door again, staying ready. When the robbers announce the robbery, the officer reacts instantly and fires. One robber is hit and falls on the sidewalk. The other sprints back to a vehicle and escapes. The officer checks on his family first, then calls for help. When responders arrive, it's confirmed that the downed attacker did not survive. The family is physically safe. At a gas station, a car pulls up, and the driver steps out like it's a normal stop. A motorcycle approaches, then suddenly changes direction and rolls up close. The robber gets off with the gun and announces the robbery. The victim raises his hands and gives up cards and a phone quickly, trying to keep everything calm and under control. The robber then returns to the motorcycle, focused on escaping, not stealing the vehicle. It seems like this robber will get away in a matter of seconds. But then comes the twist. The victim is a police officer. The officer draws and reacts. The robber tries to speed off fast, and the officer runs after him on foot, trying to stop the escape. In this moment, the robber unfortunately gets away. But at the very least, the robbery is foiled because the officer responded immediately. The footage will eventually become evidence that can and will be used to help identify and catch the suspected robber at a later date.